Thomson Grid, Mid-Age Traveller. Wearing Works.
It is the new millennium. I am travelling through the excellently named village of Blubberhouses, on my way to the Wearing Works, at Cross Hills near Skipton in North Yorkshire. It is with no little trepidation and much excitement that I am making the journey south. My brand new van is in the middle of being converted to a camper. Cross Hills itself is not so remarkable. A working sort of place, with little industrial estates and units mingling into blackened sandstone and red brick houses. The Wearing Works is a small light industrial unit set in a courtyard, ringed by units with metal shutters and flaky paintwork. Approaching down a small cobbled lane, I noticed a couple of other converted vehicles outside the sales office. I parked next to them and went in. "You'll be here to have a chat with David, I suppose?" asked the receptionist breezily. I was, so she led me into the workshop. The shop floor was pungent with the combined smells of chemical fiberglass resins, fresh-cut timbers, and sickly sweet wood glues. The smell took me back to the times when students used to be able to build canoes in the woodwork class for their projects in the final school year. Cutting, scraping, sanding, painting, it all went on in here, amidst the clutter of stacked plywoods, cans of various paint coverings, leaning ladders, fire extinguishers. The background sound was the buzzing of light machinery. A small team of workers, only 2 jobs on the go at a time, pride in the job. A family business. David was soft-spoken and had the demeanour of a man who was most at ease in his workshop. Comfortable in dusty blue overalls and work boots. I imagine, given the chance, that he would happily work, eat and sleep in here, covered at all times in a thin layer of sawdust. He mentioned that he still went campervanning himself with the family, and I could imagine him taking a small bag of wood shavings with him on his travels, just to feel at home. This was my second visit to the works. During the first, David and I had talked about the basic plan for the conversion. My plan was to try to use the van for absolutely everything I possibly could. As he chatted to me about the progress he was making, I noticed the van in a corner of the workshop, minus roof, as we decided to fit a hard top. My heart sank into my boots. My mind questioned frantically and negatively. Oh my God, we've worked, borrowed and begged to raise the cash to buy this van, the first new vehicle either of us had ever bought. Does he know what he's doing? Is it supposed to look like that? Has he made a horrendous mistake, which he's about to explain to me? It was really quite unnerving seeing the brand new van minus its roof. It looked quite broken. "It's all in hand, lad," he reassured me, noticing, I think, my rising anxiety levels. Thankfully, all was going to plan. On my third visit to Cross Hills, I picked up the converted van. I drove it very carefully out of the courtyard and onto the streets. The fresh smell of newness is a short-lived feature of anything, from babies to vans. It had the aroma of something still in the making, the shop floor, wood, glue, and fresh-cut fabric. Soon the acidic, yet somehow intoxicating smell of diesel was added to the heady mix as I stopped for fuel. £65 to fill the tank. Wonder how long that will last. Sitting higher up in the driver's seat felt great compared to the car. The views over the hills seemed more expansive somehow, and you could see over dry stone walls and peer nosily over fences into people's gardens. It felt good. As I got used to the weirdly long pushdown on the clutch and the oddness of the vibrating gear stick in the hand, the moorland roads gave way to the motorway and the road north. This version of the Hiace was the basic, no frills version. Chunky plastic dash, functional controls, pre-silicon chip tech, bog standard radio. Not a pretty thing, in all honesty. But it was ours, and I felt exhilarated and proud as I pulled into the narrow street approaching our house on the hill, which was lined with tiny-looking cars on either side. I pulled carefully into a parking space and messaged the family to come down and see the new camper. The kids dashed down to look. It's brilliant, they cheered. You've bought us our own ice cream van. Pride indeed comes before a fall. I had bought what looked like a white-topped ice cream van, complete with sliding side windows for serving.